start off with is let's try to get everybody we can out to the game Thursday night to help fight cancer, first of all. We're going to have a big thing for Jace, Tackle Cancer 99. We're also going to do a great thing in honor of great man Mark Vaught that was with us and lived a great life. His wife Bailey's going to be here, so that's kind of the first thing I want to start off with. Then I'll answer questions.
Do you think Jace has really kind of been an inspiration for this team since he's been here?
No question. I think he's great to have around. All the players love him. They're all getting closer with him, getting to know him better. He's out at practice every day. He's always around. It's just, he's just a great young man that'll help a lot of people be better people.
Is there a specific group he's going to work with when the season gets going?
What he's really trying to do is learn offense, to be honest with you. He wants to be a coach. There's some days he sits in the quarterback meetings. Some days he sits in the running back meetings, and a lot of times he goes in with the offensive line. So he's just trying to learn the offensive side of the ball the most he can.
Under what circumstances do you see Jake Luton see in the field Thursday, if at all?
That was kind of depend on how the game goes. There's a couple different circumstances, but I'm just going to kind of keep that to myself right now.
Was there a certain point in camp when you really just kind of got antsy and anxious to really get out there and start playing and seeing someone else?
Yeah, I think you kind of get that as it goes on. You keep going against each other and hitting each other, and so I know our guys are excited and fired up. I think we've had 3 really good practices in a row. I think there's all kinds of excitement, and I think we're going to go out and play real well.
What do you think of Javon Johnson, the linebacker for Ohio?
He's a playmaker. Is probably the biggest thing he does. They kind of play him out in space. He plays to the field. And he just does a really good job of read and run pass, to be honest with you. He does a great job when it's run. He gets in the box and he makes tackles. And when it's pass, he gets underneath stuff and tips balls. And he probably does as good a job of stripping the ball as anybody that I've watched on tape. He really does a good job of pulling the ball out from people and causing turnovers. And it's just a good football player.
I think they had a little running back last year that kind of did a number to you guys. What do you remember about him, and how did you guys stop him?
It's actually their bigger kid. It's number 45. He just, he ran hard. He was a freshman. He came into our game. He really was kind of a backup going into the game. That's when he won the starting job. So he runs real hard. He's physical, runs downhill, and we just got to do a really good job being gap sound and tackling him and doing a good job. Everybody doing their job.
You saw a few quarterbacks last year. I think I just am reading Darius Vick's going to be the starter. What do you know about him? You saw him a little bit last year as well.
Yeah, and they're going to play them both, I think, is what I've heard. They're very similar, so that makes it a little bit easier. A lot of times you have to play somebody that plays 2 quarterbacks. One's more of a runner and one's more of a passer. But they both are similar. They both can run. They're both athletic. They do a good job extending plays. Some of their best, longest pass plays last year were actually them scrambling around and keeping their eyes downfield and making plays, moving in the pocket. They're both good football players, and we just got to do a good job. But the plan really will be the same for both guys.
Is their offense more run first?
It's a run. Yeah. They want to run the ball. They do a good job defensively of causing turnovers, and then offensively they do a good job running the football.
When you look back at last season, does it seem like reducing the explosive plays and then on the offensive side, reducing the turnovers, are those the 2 biggest things for this team right now?
No question. And that's what, those were actually the exact same 2 things I said on my radio show last night. It's probably going to come down to winning. Making sure that we take care of the football, try to get turnovers ourselves, and then whatever team makes the most big plays. And that's probably a lot of games, at any level. Doing a good job of getting turnovers, not turning the ball over, and then making big plays and not giving up big plays.
As far as the fan goes, do you think Ohio's a little bit of an unknown? Because, for the average college football fan, you think of Bo Blankenship, you think of Tyler Tettleton, you think of Devon Brazil when you think of Ohio, but that's not this team anymore, which it had been for so many years with those guys that were, running the MAC. Do you think that this kind of an unknown team, when people come out to watch them?
A little bit unknown, but, their head coach is coached in Nebraska. He's been very successful. They've been to bowl games 6 out of the last 7 years, I believe, or 7 out of 8. Their picks take second in their league. They're a very good football team, and they've the head coach done a great job there. And it's probably not as known, but people need to come out and watch. It's going to be a great game.
Is this as confident have you seen your group heading into a season opener?
Yes, by far. definitely as confident as we've been. I think our guys believe in themselves, believe in each other, believe in the guy playing next to them, and that's why it's a big game. It's a big game so that we build on that confidence.
It's more of a belief in Matt as well.
No question. Kind of just a believing in everybody, and I think just the leaders, it was real encouraging when we had vote for captains and how many guys got votes. And then I just think they all just believe in each other and believe in their leaders, and they're kind of just they're all a fist right now. We need to keep it that way.
Are you settled at most of the competitions?
We name starters, so you have starters, but the competition never ends. It never ends. You're judged by what you do every single day, and every day you got to go out there and compete and get better, and then we got to get under the lights, and showtime and see how guys perform there. And a lot of times that's where the competition gets back up, and there'll be a lot of. It's not going to just be 22 guys that are going to play. There'll be guys at different positions that also play.
Is there something about having your guys in the system, guys that you recruited that are now 3 fall camps into your guys' system that makes you more comfortable year by year?
Yeah, I think just the more, I don't know if I really want to use the word my guys, but just the more that you've put in your system, the more that they understand how we practice, how we do things. I think anytime you get it, your program the way you want it is when the leaders know how practice is ran, and they make sure the younger players know how to do it. They know how to work. They know how to prepare. They know how to do things. So, yes, definitely, to answer your question.
It's always important to get off to a fast start in any football game, but how important do you think it is for this game? Not that the guys, with the losing mentality that they've had over the last couple of years, that, oh, here we go again if you fall down 14-0, 17-0.
No, I think our guys are going to go out and fight hard the whole time. We actually fell behind them 17-0 last year and came back and made it a tight game. So you always want to come out fast, and really last year we probably drove the ball down and got points in most every game with the exception of this game. They 3 and out us. But I think I think our guys are going to fight from the start to finish, but no question every game we want to start out fast and hopefully get that lead. But I believe our guys will fight to the end no matter what.
Does a run-first mentality maybe play into your strength on defense with your front seven?
I think so. I hope so. I think it does. I really do. I hope so. And now they want to run, but then they're going to throw it deep too. That's kind of what they do. They run it, and then they throw the ball down the field. So when they do that, we got to do a good job of defending it.
Does it look like Caden's going to start at that little spot for now?
Yes, he will.
We good?
No, I know you're focused on the game, but they announced yesterday Coastal Carolina into the Sun Belt. Kind of talk about what that does to maybe stabilize this conference, evens things out in the 2 divisions. And
Yeah, I think any time that you can get 12 teams in your conference, that's a great thing, because then you're setting yourself up to whatever the commissioner wants to do. But I think that's something he was working hard at, and he got it accomplished. So we're all behind him and supportive of it, and it's a great thing for the Sun Belt Conference.
Good?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.